What's up, J1 community? My name is Forrest Shamlian, aka Forest Fire, co-head of the J1 sound team, and I am here at the 8-Bit Lounge event hosted by DJ CUTMAN today in Philadelphia, and it is my pleasure, my honor, to be here with the amazing DJ CUTMAN himself. What's going on, my man?
How you doing, man?
Great. Oh, pleasure to be here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's starting to shape up, really.
Nice space you got. I can't wait to get game and play some Smash.
Yeah, this has actually been in the works for about 4 months now. We started, me and Eric, the promoter here, started talking about it back in September about doing like a video game night. And the pieces slowly came together. We got some great people. Square Painter with his art. Too Many Games bringing out the consoles. Brule Bakery's got all these awesome treats, and we're making some chili dogs in honor of Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's gonna be fun.
So what made you go with the name DJ CUTMAN?
Oh, actually, CUTMAN, besides being the goofiest Mega Man villain that ever was, CUTMAN by itself was a nickname that I got in the recording studio because I had a nickname. I had a knack for cutting audio, like cutting vocal takes, right on the mark by eye. So like I recorded hip hop mostly, and we'd have to cut out a word here, add a word here, and I just get the knack of like just nailing the cuts. And one of my clients was like, "Oh, CUTMAN, and cut that up."
Okay.
I screwed up, cut that up. So as it slowly, I made the connection back to the DJ, back to wanting to DJ and the original CUTMAN for Mega Man, and just sort of grew organically from there.
Cool, man. And you've always been a Mega Man.
Yeah, I've always been a Mega
person.
Man nut. Yeah, I've always been collecting and loving the games. Mega Man X was my favorite. Probably put more hours into that game than any other game. Just could play it over and over and over again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So how did you start as DJ CUTMAN?
Well, I got my start actually playing on the street in upstate New York. There wasn't any place that booked me, and I had no idea how to get a gig as a DJ. I just knew that I wanted to like play this music, play chiptune and video game music. So I'd go out to like the public commons and just find an outlet and plug in my laptop with like a little set of computer speakers, and I would just play. And it wasn't, and I was doing that for maybe a couple weeks, and then somebody came out of one of the stores I was right in front of, and I was like, "Hey, I really like it. Do you want to play at our waffle shop?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll play at the waffle shop. Sure." She was like, "We could pay you in waffles." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then from there, I started getting into the convention scene. My first con was MagFest, but then I went to Penny Arcade, and I brought my same setup, which was my computer speakers inside of my cat carrier, with my Chaos Pad and a surge protector plugged in there. So I had this like big, heavy bag full of sound equipment. I just plunk down, sit on it with my laptop, and just sort of play out in the convention hallway and sort of just around.
Okay.
And I did that for a couple years, and then I started getting gigs and getting the suit and getting suited up, and that's the short story. Yeah.
So tell me, what do you do as DJ CUTMAN?
What do I do? Like in what sense?
When you're up on the stage or when you're at home in the studio, what kind of music are you working on? What kind of moves are you making up there?
Well, I've been, let's talk about the DJ, because that's what's going to be happening today. Great B-roll opportunity with the hand, I'm just looking out for you guys. So with the DJ setup over there, what I do is I have a bunch of video game tracks that I've remixed, sort of broken up into pieces. Like I'll have like the sample that it's from, let's say from Ninja Gaiden, and then I'll have all the drums bust as one track. So I can bring the drums in and out whenever I want, and sort of remix live on the fly. So that's one way to do it. And another way that I've been doing more lately is a traditional DJ setup where I have an A and a B deck, and I'm just fading between like MP3s, like finished tracks, kind of like a traditional DJ would do, but I'm using some production software that I have to sort of give me a more custom effect and make like live chiptune sounds that I can throw over some of these other finished master tracks. So it gives me a lot of flexibility, and my production setup is the same as my DJ setup. So the stuff that I do at home, I can bring it right out to a show and play that same project without having to do any kind of additional work. So it's cool, I'm always kind of changing what to do and finding the best way to do this, that, or the other thing, or exploring a new type of music. But yeah, man, I use Ableton Live, and it's a ton of fun.
Oh, Ableton Live, nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting into that.
Oh yeah, I used to be into Pro Tools. That's what I engineered with, and Ableton Live just sort of was a lot easier. Like Pro Tools is like really powerful, really awesome software, but there are like limitations and there's some weird kind of stuff. And when I first started using Ableton, I almost didn't like it because it seemed to work too easily. I was like, what is this? What is this? But it actually it revolutionized the way that I make music, and it allowed me to make all the remixes that I've been doing, the Ableton Live's workflow. So that's just what worked for me.
That's awesome. That's great that you have a way to go home and practice your material and build it,
Yeah.
and then go right to the stage. And
Yeah, I'm gonna play some brand new stuff tonight. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, I'm psyched to hear it. All right, Cutman, tell me some of the other artists you've worked with.
Well, I've had the honor of working with some of the guys that I really look up to, Blind and Benjamin Briggs, Mika out of the UK, and you know, the cool thing about being a DJ is that it's kind of my responsibility to research music and listen to a ton of music, and I've just found some incredibly talented people and some incredibly cool people who've been willing to share music with me and kind of build songs together, and I think that's like kind of indicative of the chiptune community. There's kind of like a help out, good vibes going around. And I always loved chiptunes. I love old game music, and I loved chiptunes before I knew they were chiptunes. But when I started getting involved with the chiptune scene, making music with my Game Boy, and meeting some of the other artists who are like circuit bending their own old game hardware to make music, it just I kind of opened up my mind to this whole new scene, this whole new group of people that is really warm and just awesome. So
Cool.
it's been great, man.
Nice. How about your work with Mega Ran?
Mega Ran, it was actually a guy that I looked up to, and his Black Materia album, when that dropped, that changed the way I thought about nerdcore. I thought nerdcore was like, hardcore, you know, like hardcore rock, and I hadn't even thought of nerdcore as like a hip hop thing until that Black Materia album dropped, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are doing this well. I didn't know. I'd heard like a track here, and I heard like a demo here, and I didn't know that nerdcore was such like a real thing. But when that album dropped, it changed the way I thought about video game music and hip hop, and that's when I started making my beats, which I now have 2 CDs of.
Game Chops.
They're on Bandcamp, djcutman.bandcamp, and or music.djcutman.com.
Okay.
Put a bottom third super.
Right here.
I'll design it for you. And that's when I started making these beats and started being like, oh, there's a group of rappers who want to rap about video games. So then I might as well make beats for them too, because I was working in a studio. I was recording hip hop all day anyway. I just sort of would stay late and kind of take my video game music collection, chop it up with some of the beats that were on the computer and some of them I collected, and that's kind of where it all started. And that Black Materia album was really what gave me like the fire under my feet to really like start producing beats. Yeah, the Falcon Punch right there.
All right, cool. Now give me a quick breakdown of the Game Chops albums you just showed us.
Oh well, Game Chops started as my my video game beats. So there's like all these beats that I made that are sample based or reworked. But since then, it's really grown, and I started a record label called Game Chops under the same vein of these high production video game remixes, like loud and proud video game music that can be used for a DJ set, that can be used for a hip hop track or a nerdcore album. Because there's a ton of video game remixes, there's some awesome jazz, there's some awesome fusion and classical and stuff, but the one thing I didn't see a real strong presence of was hip-hop and dance music. So that's kind of what I took Game Chops as the label to sort of fill the void, because there's a ton of nerdy DJs. Like I know I'm friends with a ton of DJs and we all play games, and we all like game music, but not a lot of people producing music and putting it out there. Like here's a Zelda album, here's a Kirby album. So I wanted to start a label to sort of represent that side and sort of let some of the DJs who like games be like, hey, here's music from Kirby, man, go for it. You love the game, here's a banger of a tune, go ahead. And the cool thing about Game Chops as a label is that I'm working with a group out of San Francisco to clear the licenses. So our Zelda album, Triforce of Bass, is cleared by Nintendo. Our upcoming Kirby album, which is coming out next week, Kirby Space Face, is also cleared with Nintendo. Yeah, man. So it's really exciting. We cleared some Sonic music for Benjamin Briggs, some electro house Sonic music, and it's really awesome because it's sanctioned by the game company. We don't have to worry about getting pulled down for content or whatever because we actually own the license to this music.
That's amazing.
So it's like. Yeah, man, I just thought I saw like a need for that in the video game music scene, and I figured, well, why not just do it, you know?
So cool. It sounds like you're building a community of DJs, gamers, and fans alike.
Yeah, and I'm kind of trying to help out the existing community by bringing something new and something that I think really adds value to the scene as a whole.
Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have any projects planned for the future?
my God, so many, so much, so
Good,
much.
good.
But I guess
More material.
if I could, yeah, a lot more material. I have albums. I have so many tracks that are just like so close to being done, and I just haven't gotten time to, or I'm in the right headspace to wrap them up. But I guess the biggest thing coming up is MagFest, coming up in January, and I'm playing a set at MagFest on the main stage this year. It's going to be exciting, and I have a very special, somewhat controversial guest who's going to be coming up and doing a song with me. So if you're at MagFest, I hope to see you at my show. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So right now, 8-Bit Lounge is where my head's at. After 8-Bit is MagFest, and then after MagFest is going to be new music.
Nice. Good to hear.
Yeah.
All right, well, DJ Cutman, thank you so much for your time today.
This was awesome.
Oh, yeah, totally. And thank you, the viewer, for watching. Catch more videos like this at j1studios.com. And, Cutman, would you like this time to promote any of your web pages?
Yeah, you can check out my music at djcutman.com, and you can check out my label at gamechops.com.
All right. All right, well, take care, J1.